life sentence. You will never be paroled or pardoned. What I love about this quote is that healthy living is a way of living. It is not something that can be measured by a number on the scale. It is the actions we take every day that allow us to leave the diet mentality behind. Welcome to Uliza Chochote with me, your host, Linda Alela. Our SMS line 21144 is wide open for you to send in your questions, and we'll definitely get back to you. With me on set is Kate Kibarah, a clinical nutritionist and a colon hydrotherapist who will enlighten us on healthy living. It is a great pleasure to have her on set, and of course she will say hi to you people. Karibu sana, Kate.
Thank you very much. It is a pleasure to be here. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Now say hi to our people. They were really waiting to hear.
Hello everyone, and I like the topic healthy living because it's something that we should address every day.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Tell us your name, something about you.
Well, I'm Kate Kibarah, and I'm a clinical nutritionist, and my passion is on healthy living. I actually advise a lot on lifestyle changes in all areas of health, nutrition, and wellness.
I'm sure some of you must have seen her before, and we can attest to the good work that she actually does. We brush and floss our teeth. We go for manicures and pedicures to spruce up our nails. We go for facials to deep cleanse our skins, and we exercise to improve our cardiovascular health. However, we tend to ignore the inside bit of our bodies, and that I would confidently say is not healthy living. And that's the reason why we have her on set, so that you can get to ask all the questions that you would want to know about healthy living. I'll start by my question. I'll start by asking this one very, very vital question and very, very important question. How healthy can we say we are?
Well, I like that question, and I wouldn't say that that question has a specific answer, because health has different meanings to different people. But when you look at the world today, we may say that majority of us are not as healthy as they would like to be because of the lifestyle diseases that are on the increase, both in Africa, in Kenya, in Nairobi, and also all over the world. But what does it mean to be healthy? Are we all healthy? The most important thing here is for you to understand, what does it mean to be healthy to you? You know, most of us, I'm happy, I thank God today that I'm not suffering from any ailment. But does that mean that I'm healthy? Does that mean that you're healthy? Because the World Health Organization tells us that being healthy, health is that state, that complete balance of your physical, your mental, your social well-being, your spiritual. When you balance all that, you experience health. I could be okay today, but will my lifestyle lead to a healthy one in the future? Am I digging my grave with my teeth, or am I promoting or building my health when I'm today? So how healthy are we is determined by you as a person, the lifestyle that you follow and the lifestyle that you choose, because every small decision that you make every day in relation to your health is the one that shapes your health destiny. So if you decide to eat healthy, you know, the basics, exercise, drink water, you know, live stress-free, or you're able to reduce your stress, eat, you know, balanced meals, then you're able to experience being healthy. If you don't have that, then maybe you are healthy at that time, but because you've not adopted a healthy lifestyle, chances are that in the future you may be caught up with these lifestyle diseases. And one thing you need to know, that being healthy is not the absence of disease, because disease is a process. It's something that cooks every day. If the environment that has been provided from within is the one that will promote or attract certain conditions, and I'm talking about the lifestyle diseases that are common today, degenerative diseases. We have the cancers, we have things like diabetes, which is on the rise. Obesity is number one.
Conditions that cannot be reversed, you know.
Yes, and it's because of what we follow. So how healthy are we is a question that an individual should answer. You should answer for yourself, you should answer for your family, because you're the one who shapes your health destiny.
You're talking about lifestyle, and you're also talking about exercising and everything and stuff. Then I'm thinking this will greatly be determined by the day-to-day activities that we take in life. And I'm looking at some of the things that will actually bar us from getting this whole thing. Like, for instance, work. you know, the situations of work and everything. As a nutritionist, what would you advise a person who's, say, fully in work and everything, that they still want to live healthy?
You know, I was actually doing something yesterday, and this is a question I was asked. I was doing a training somewhere, and people are saying, we're so busy. I'm so busy with my work. Look at a typical woman, you know, a wife. You're busy with the children, you're working, maybe you're going to school in the evening. We have so much that we're doing such that there's no time for your health life. But what is important? We plan for all the other areas. You're going to plan. You'll have your appointment for your hair. You'll have your appointment for your nails. All those things you mentioned at the beginning. But when it comes to our health, it's like we push it behind. It's not part of your plan. So what you need to do, as much as we're busy, because the world has changed, you have to be busy, you have to work. You also need to have that plan for your health life. See, if I'm busy throughout the day, what time can I squeeze for me to exercise? If I'm not able to plan if I'm eating unhealthy, then I should come up with a plan. And in fact, I advise, have a 2-week menu that you can actually put on the fridge, you know, and you've already planned it. You've already included all the healthy foods. So it will be easy for you when you get home tired. You'll just go look at, oh, today I'm having this. And because you had planned earlier, it becomes easy for you. So the problem we have is that we don't plan. And we push health behind until something happens. And this is common. I find a lot of my clients, once you stand on the scale and 1 kilo extra, that's now you start getting scared and worried. Or if something happens, that's when you start now concentrating on your health.
Nutrition and health and everything.
Yes, so you need to balance your life, you know, the wheel of life. You have to balance everything. As much as you're working on your career, you're working on your spirituality, you're working on your relationships with the family, you're working on your money, you know, finances, also work on your health. When you balance that wheel, that's when your life, you know, rolls smoothly, other than if you ignore one area. And one area that we ignore the most is our health. But luckily, these days, because of we have a lot of information going on healthy living, so people are now becoming more health conscious. We're now becoming more attentive to those small details that we need to include in our lifestyles for us to keep healthy.
Talking about balancing the wheel. And I'm thinking there are times you would want to balance the wheel of economy and it is just not working for you as a person. And healthy living, nutritional living, you know, getting all the nutrients, getting all these good foodstuffs that you would want to know to get, like, for healthy living would really be based on how much money you have, will be based on the economy, will be based on the, you know, such-like stuffs. And I'm thinking of that person who's down there and they want to live healthy, nutritional wise, you know, they want to go to the best gym so that they would exercise and everything. Economy, sincerely speaking, will be a problem.
You know, economy is not a problem, and this is something I like addressing all the time. We think when, okay, say what I've just given earlier, we want to plan for your health life. People think or assume it's so expensive. I'll have to enroll in a gym. I'll have to buy all these expensive healthy foods. It is not. In fact, healthy living, the best way of you staying healthy 100% is simplifying your lifestyle. And simplicity means providing the basics. Of course, you're providing all the food groups, you're providing all the important foods that you require. And if you look at those foods in the market, they are relatively cheaper than these foods that are unhealthy. They're cheaper than the junk foods. You'd look like at a plate of something, or, you know, all the junk food, if you compare that to buying some fruits or vegetables or just buying water versus drinking something else that is unhealthy, you find that most of the time your budget even reduces. And you'll experience that once, majority of those who try to keep healthy, once you adopt a healthy menu, you cut costs by so much, because there are those things that you'll cut that are expensive. And it doesn't mean that you cannot spoil yourself once in a while. You can, but simplifying your life is the easiest, and that reduces the amount of finances you may be using. If you don't have money to go to the gym, it's fine. You can jog, you can walk. We have a lot of space and land around. You can play with your children. You can just do activities on your own. If you don't have money to go to the gym, it doesn't mean you cannot be fit when you're not in a gym.
Okay, I'm thinking about a situation, say like the Slim Possible program, and with that big weight and everything, and you're expected to cut this, you know, cut costs to the maximum and do and everything. And by the way, we always have a problem with this. Sometimes we think about the foods that we eat and everything, and you would even go to a point whereby you want to do exercise so that you cut weight, and you overlook the nutrition bit of it. Tell us something small about that.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Healthy living, or if you want to adopt a healthy lifestyle, or if you want to be healthy, it's all round. It's not one area that you focus on. You're not only going to focus on exercise and ignore what you're eating, or you eat, and majority of people don't want to exercise. So they only want to eat well, but they don't want that side of exercising. You have to balance everything. And you notice them, even if somebody wants to lose weight, even if you have a condition that you're trying to manage, there are those foods that you cut down on.
Yeah.
There are those that you avoid. Anything, and the culprits are a lot of salt, a lot of sugar, a lot of fat, and of course chemicals. So those are the ones that you reduce, and you find whatever that you remain with is foods that are available. It's foods that may be cheaper. Vegetables are slightly expensive, but if you get them from the markets, you know, from the markets themselves, you get them at a very affordable rate. If you're not able to buy from the areas where they're expensive. But on the other hand, how I like explaining the whole aspect of economy is that if you're going to spend that extra coin on your health, you're building your health. If you don't do that, then you end up spending all that money that you were saving for something else to like take care of you when you So it's a matter, you know, you're investing. Even if you're going, and what does it mean anyway? Why is it so painful for us sometimes to buy healthy foods if you find that the ones you actually want are more expensive? You find it so painful, but when you're going to put airtime, or you're going to buy something, or you know, that is fine.
Fit you well if you don't have this nice body. And
so it's a matter of prioritizing and thinking about your health, and then you don't even worry about it. But when you eat healthy, you're investing in your health, and that's the most important thing.
Wow, that's nice. I mean, seriously, you guys need to invest on your health. Very, very important. And you talked about the lifestyle diseases. How about the lifestyle diseases that we get, like, and at times they even become conditions that are not reversible. And like you said, it is very important, you know, invest on this and avoid such like lifestyle diseases. So maybe let's touch a bit on the lifestyle diseases that one would actually get as a result of not living healthy, you know.
Well, and I'm not basing it in Kenya alone. When you look at the world today, the main problem we have is obesity. And obesity means that you have extra fat in the body. When you're obese, or when you have high fat levels, high cholesterol levels, then you're at a risk of attracting other diseases. And most common is hypertension. You also have cancers. As much as we don't know the cure, we also are told that it's a lifestyle condition. And then we have heart disease. So there's so many diseases that are coming about today because of our lifestyles. It's because of what we've exposed ourselves to. It's because of what we have exposed ourselves to on a daily basis. As much as you may not know, or you may not reduce the risk, or it was not your fault that it happened, it's good to you know, follow a lifestyle that won't like be a risk to you, that won't make you get there quickly. And that's why a lot of healthy living is advised. But the thing is, if you eat a lot of fatty foods, chances are you're going to develop a condition. If you eat a lot of food that are refined foods that are high in sugars, something will happen.
You know, it's funny with the current world, because everything that you eat, everything that you taste, you're told it has a problem with this, a problem with this. So I'm thinking it's just all about the measurements, playing around with the measurements, which is a very big problem to many people.
You know, Linda, we don't have bad food. In fact, I wish people knew this. We don't have bad food. What we have is poor eating habits. We eat most of the unhealthy foods than the healthy ones. If you are able to balance, you know, drink water, do your vegetables and fruits, eat any portion of food that you eat, you're eating the healthiest option. And then junk here, you know, once in a while you can do that. But it's because we don't do that. We had mentioned earlier, we are very busy, our lifestyles are quite fast, you know, fast-paced lives. So you wake up in the morning, you don't have time for anything else apart from tea and bread, you know, and then you're going to put margarine and all, and then 10 o'clock you'll have your samosa in the office. Lunchtime, the easiest food is just to go to the next fast food place, you know, eat. In the evening, sometimes you'll even skip meals because that's what makes us sick, and then we become sedentary. If you simplify that lifestyle, I remember one time we had gone to my rural area. Unfortunately, my uncle had passed, so we traveled there for the funeral. He lived in Nairobi, and a part of it he lived there. So at the funeral, the choir from Nairobi was there, and the choir from the rural area. And yes, and they were singing. And once they stood, I told my sister, just look at these old women. They were not young women in their 60s. You should have seen their energy levels,
they're looking like
their skin, their set of teeth, the way, you know, the way they just looked very nice. And I told my sister, what is the difference?
With the Nairobi choir ladies again.
Yes, not because they didn't look beautiful, they did, but we were all, just slow. But these other women, and no woman there had a pot, by the way. So that tells me it is our lifestyle. There's something that is missing. If we only ate natural, ate life-giving foods, foods that are helping your cell. Because one thing we need to understand is that we are made of nothing but cells. And what you're addressing when you're eating, what you're addressing in your lifestyle is providing that basic unit of life with what it needs. If you provide a healthy environment for it, you keep healthy.
Indeed.
But most of the time, maybe because of ignorance, sometimes we don't know, sometimes we're busy, you find that cell is denied part of what it needs for it to be healthy, and then now we start getting problems. So if we're able to balance the two, healthy living, being healthy is a natural state. That's how God created us. So if we're able to tap on that, you find that it's very easy to stay healthy without a lot of problems. Yes.
See, I love I really love your passion on this particular topic, and of course on nutrition and healthy living. And I definitely want you to tell us more about the role of nutrition.
Oh yeah, the role of nutrition is like the most important aspect of our life. We are sitting here, we are alive today, we are breathing because we have fed our bodies, we fed our cells. Look at the basic nutrients the basic nutrients that you need. Number one is oxygen. We are breathing right now. Without it, and oxygen is the most important nutrient in the system. It is used for so many things and we may not know. Number two is water, so you have to drink. Without water, you'll die. Same thing as without oxygen. So that is something that keeps your heart circulating. It keeps so many other things happening. Water, natural cleanser, and it helps with so many other areas of your health. And then look at now the nutrients that come from your food. You need vitamins. You need vitamins to keep you strong. You need vitamins to boost your immunity. You need vitamins to make your bones strong. For you to operate, you need that. You need minerals for the same case. You need your protein to build your muscles, for you to be there. You need your carbohydrates for energy. So you find nutrition is so important that if you fail in one area of nutrition, you affect your overall health. You'll start having problems. Because it is important to have a healthy nutrition where you're eating well, you're drinking water, you're exercising, you're free of stress, and then you're able, the rest just falls naturally. You just find yourself healthy. Sometimes it's good to consult, like if you have a problem, don't become your own doctor. Visit a physician, your dietitian, somebody who will advise you that you need to do this, this, and that.
As a matter of fact, just to cut you short, that is a problem that we've been having. With the basic knowledge that we got like back then in elementary school, and you were taught about maybe eating healthy, then whatever minerals and everything and such like stuff. We always think that we know. We always say that I'll take minerals and bit in our meals. You find that someone has included proteins, this and this, and then carbohydrates, and then they're thinking they are living healthy. So you, as a nutritionist, comes in. And at times it will be a challenge to stand someone and tell them, now you're not eating healthy and you're not doing this right and you're not doing this right. What are some of the challenges, and what do you think would actually be very good for, say, the viewer back at home to come back and say, sit down and think, okay, I need to get some help from the nutritionist. I need to get some advice from someone.
I think the most challenging one today is we have a lot of conflicting information going on. Google something, I want to lose weight. You'll find all these diets there. We'll meet, you and me. There's this pill that you're taking for calcium or something. There's these supplements. So we have a lot of conflicting information. what you need to do if you're not sure, please always consult, because you find if you become your own doctor, and what I've seen, majority of us, when you're trying to improve our health, we tend to work with something that is not providing everything that you need in your health. Let me talk about basic issues like weight loss. You find that, okay, Kate wants to lose weight, I want it to happen within a week, so I decide from my food group, I'm going to stop eating proteins. I've seen a lot of this. I won't eat any type of protein, and I'll only concentrate with carbohydrates and my vegetables. As much as you'll cut on weight, but that's not healthy. With time, something may happen to your system. You're creating harm from within instead of building your health. You may find then there's a lot of supplements going on around. I'm not saying supplementation is bad, but you need to be advised. Linda, how would you know that you need calcium right now? How would you know that you need omegas if you've not been checked and you've been told, by the way, your calcium level is low, so supplement with this for a while? Other than deciding, I've seen, and there's one time I had a client, this lady would take 17 different tablets every day. For supplements and because you've been told, take this, take that. So that's a confusion. You're even creating confusion within your system. Remember, some vitamins and minerals we require in such little amounts, and there are chances of hypervitaminosis. You may create so much damage from the inside without knowing. So it is important. Start with the food that you have. You know, ensure that with our basic nutrition, that one works well. We learned of the protein building foods. So you have animal protein, vegetable source of proteins, you're providing that. We learned about carbohydrates, so your guashes, ndomas, and then you're doing your rice and bread, you'll have that. And you're choosing the healthiest of them all. And then you have your vegetables and fruits, you're drinking water, that's what you provide. If then you have to supplement, please know that you've been advised. Somebody has checked you out and they have seen, okay, for sure, this, like expectant mothers need folic acid sometimes. So once they test you and they see it's not enough, you may be told to supplement. If you're recovering from a condition, or if you have bone-related disease, and you'll be told, okay, now supplement on calcium, because what you're providing in the diet is not enough. That's what I'm talking about when it comes to becoming your own, playing around with so much information. It won't be for your own good in the future. You need to know. Once you provide on your table, in your lifestyle, and then now you can work up from there. See if you require anything. Chances are you may not need, because you only need to eat what is there and eat that is healthy. Yes, and then if you have to get into any of the programs that we have, there's so many, I'm telling you, there's so many. Please be advised, be checked, know where am I getting into this program, for what? Because if I was trying to lose weight, for example, and I was living unhealthy, what I would focus on is a healthy lifestyle. And all the different parameters of a healthy lifestyle are the same parameters that will make you lose weight. You'll decide to cut on fatty foods, you'll decide to drink water, you'll decide to reduce animal protein because of the high fat levels, you decide to eat foods that are high in fiber, and you find out at the end of the day you'll be able to lose weight. You'll decide to exercise. So what you focus on, number one, is a healthy, all-round lifestyle, and then you work with it.
As a nutritionist, I'd come to you and I'm expecting you to tell me, like, this is not going right, you need to cut on weight, you need to do this, and that's, okay, of course we're not making this a doctor-patient session or something, but also I would want to know, like, what are the kinds of things that you would use, like, what are these key things that you would say, like, check on something, if something is not well in your body, body checks and troubleshoots of knowing that something is not right on this particular this particular person.
Now, in general, because for you to be specifically sure, you have to be tested in a hospital by a doctor. But there are general symptoms. There's something known as symptom speak. Your body talks to you, and it actually tells you when there's something wrong, when there's something.
Constipation, you're experiencing this.
Absolutely. And if you decode these symptoms as they come, you're able to avoid serious things. Look at the issues of, like, breast cancer today. We are always told, go for check yourself first if there's a lump, and then we've been advised a lot of this, go for those tests. It's the same thing. So some basic symptoms, like you have, this is an example that I give, and if you have a pimple on the face, for example, you wake up one morning and you have a pimple there, or some acne developing, it is your body telling you something. There's something not right. That's why, yeah.
I'm sure many of us will get scared. Of course, that this is not meant to scare you, yeah?
Not like that. So you need at that level to know, okay, what has happened? And I'm sure ladies will react immediately when you see something on the face.
Of course.
The same thing, yeah. When you have low energy levels, you know, we wake up so energetic. By afternoon, I was reading somewhere, you know, there people post comments on our social media. One person was commenting that they ate something and they are sleeping the whole afternoon.
Okay.
You know, see low energy levels.
I hope you're not talking about ugali.
No, they just mentioned something, yes.
When you're in school, if you eat ugali during lunch or you sleep the whole afternoon in class.
So if your energy levels, and that's what I was getting to, if your energy levels are, you know, that by the time you get to the evening, you are so tired. Yeah. The body is telling you something because your energy should be distributed nicely throughout the day. By the time you get home in the evening, you still have some energy. If you have, and the checks that I'm talking about, they're different checks depending on your body type, your different systems. And there are basic ones like memory and mood. That's one check where you find if you're becoming forgetful, if you're stressed, if you're getting depressed, then that's a sign that maybe my diet is not okay or there's something that I'm not doing right. There are those that, that's the digestion system, so you have the digestive check, and here this is where we have the most. You're getting constipated, you're having bowel problems, you're having, you know, everything to do with your day. You eat foods, it reacts. So it's your body telling you something. Don't wait until those symptoms become serious. Try finding out, did I eat something wrong? Because I meet people who say, oh, it's from two years ago I've been experiencing. You don't know what is developing from the inside. So those are symptoms that you see as a person and you can decode as they come. The other thing is your immunity check. You find that every month, every week, every other day you have, it's difficult for you to shift like a cough or to shift a cold. So watch out, what is happening? Is it that I'm not eating a lot of, you know, foods that boost the immunity? What, you know, you start getting concerned. The other checks, when you get to the hormone check, and this one is like being addressed all the time because of hormonal imbalance, infertility, cancers. You find that a lot of doctors are really talking about this because you need to check before you get there. And that's why you're told to do those tests for you to know.
The most commonly BMI, body mass index?
Yes, even that one. You just take your measurements. You know, body mass index, it just tells you with your height what is the safe weight for you to carry. That height can carry what amount of kilos, yes. So if you stand there, and you take your weight, it's supposed to be,
the height.
You're supposed to divide it against your height in meters squared. And if your answer is between 18.5 to 24.9, you're on the healthy range. At least your weight is fine. But that doesn't mean you're healthy. Maybe you could be having high cholesterol levels. So good. But those are just
easy, God.
Yeah, those are just checks, just for you to know, okay, I'm feeling well, I'm feeling better, I feel healthy. But it's always advised, it's always important to have annual checkups where your whole system is checked and you're told, you know, you're fine.
You're fine.
Yes.
Everything. We've been talking about foods, and yes, clearly I can tell that good, foods will definitely add on to this, you know, healthy living, big time. So with say about food, specific foods and everything, I would not want us to go into this because that would be something way too big. But I want you to specifically talk on energy stealing foods. I am surprised that there are foods you would take and they will steal your energy, you know.
Well, that's true. And you know, sometimes energy is life, you know. Energy stimulates action, you know. Yes. So with that energy, your body is able to perform all its functions. It's able to keep you alive. Your function, you know, everything will happen. Your systems will operate well because the energy is there. There are foods that will actually steal energy from you. Most importantly, lack of water. If you're not drinking enough water, and we do that all the time, and water gives you energy, you'll find that you'll find yourself not having water. But basically, foods that steal energy from you are foods that are known to have low megahertz. Maybe that's a difficult or a complicated
story. That's why I say
it's complicated word to use, but dead foods that are not nutritious, foods that will, a lot of junk food will use.
To drink such like things,
yes.
fine foods.
Yes, I'm talking about like high fatty foods. If you're eating a lot of junk foods with a lot of fat, fat takes so long to digest. So you find that you're spending so much energy
on
for
trying
your
to
body
digest.
to break down that food. So high fatty foods do that. And some type of foods, and here I'm talking about deep fried foods, you know, foods that have been, if you're going to add fat onto it, digesting fat takes long and you're using a lot of energy for your system to do that. Whereas if you're just taking an easy meal, that takes 2.5 hours, your body would have used the excess energy to work on something else. And then another culprit that we may not know well is a lot of refined foods. Refined sugars. Sometimes we think that, oh, I'm taking a soft drink for energy, but if you create a cycle from within, you find that you're now stealing energy from you. Reason how this happens is that if you eat a concentrated beverage that is high in sugar, instantly, or a refined meal, refined flours, the white rice, all that, that is instant sugar. Your body quickly converts this into stored glycogen, because if your glucose levels are high, you'll actually get complications. So it's immediately, within no time, the body works hard to convert that into stored fat, so it's known as glycogen. And then if it is in excess, it's first converted into stored energy as glycogen, and then if it is in excess, it's stored as fat. And then you immediately have low energy, because all that energy that you took from that, it has been converted. So by 10 o'clock, you're so hungry, then you take something that has sugar again, with something refined. So you're playing around with your glucose levels like this. So every time your glucose level is down, you'll get quickly hungry. So this means that you're actually stealing energy. Others are clogged foods, you know, foods that solid foods that will take long to digest, but majority are junk foods that will do this to you. On the other hand, you find taking live foods, drinking a lot of water, lots of vegetables and fruits will actually give you that energy. Yes.
And fiber foods, and in relation to the colon cleansing and everything, I also realize that fiber-rich foods are very, very important for this, you know, cleansing your colon and such like stuff. We need to, I know colon cleansing would be a big, big thing to touch on, but at least briefly tell us something on that.
Oh yeah, fiber is as important, you know, a healthy diet should include that as any other thing. Why is this important? First and foremost, it helps addresses digestion. So you find that we have two types of fiber. We have the insoluble fiber, and this is roughage, the one that like works as part of your stool. So it sweeps the colon clean, so it improves and helps with your digestion. And then we have the insoluble one. That is, you don't see that, so it's actually used in like balancing and, you know, removing things from the system. And most of the time, like releasing glucose slowly into the system, because you have a lot of if you're taking the whole meals. So fiber is important, especially for digestion, for movement of food out. And if you don't have enough fiber, and you find lifestyles today, the foods that are around us have been refined, so they don't have fiber, and then we don't take lots of vegetables and fruits, and then we won't exercise. So you end up having not having regular bowel movements. So this could be a danger, because now you're trying. Your eliminatory organ, which is your colon, is now becoming sluggish because you're not providing the right elements for it to work the way it should. So you would end up getting constipated, and constipation has become common. And in fact, they say that constipation is the root cause of many diseases. They start from there.
And
so
of course, the colon itself.
Yes, absolutely. So, and that means you're now not working well with your digestive system. That was one question that we answered at the beginning. What is nutrition? You're eating to feed yourselves. And that digestive system, from your mouth all the way down to the rectum, it needs to work efficiently and effectively for you to keep well. So fiber is excellent, and it's important. So it will make you lose and maintain a healthy weight. It will make you have regular bowels. It helps in balancing glucose. So it's something that is important, and you must eat foods that have fiber every single day. And the risks, you know, after constipation, you may develop many other things. Constipation is just the beginning. You may find that you'll have things like hemorrhoids and piles that will come after that, and then our conditions of the bowel may develop through that. Because of
these things, and then colon cleansing, very important. That I know, you know, like it should be left purely clear, and everything. And I'm also thinking about the connection between stool, human stool, of course, and the colon.
You see, you know, when you talk about colon cleansing, And what people think today is that it's a separate thing. Your body, the way we are created, the way our bodies work, your detoxification system is supposed to eliminate. So you have your colon as one of it. Your liver is one, like the main detox engine. You have the skin. So you have all these eliminatory organs work together. So if your colon is underactive, if you're constipated, if you're not having regular bowel movements, then you affect all the other areas of detoxification. A healthy colon, of course, should not, you should not accumulate things there. Because if you accumulate things and suffer from constipation, like I'd mentioned earlier, then you'll have complications. You'll have diseases with time if that's not addressed. But the thing here is not saying that now the solution here is colon cleansing. No. Your body does that naturally. Your detox.
Bit of it now.
Yes. Your liver will detoxify your system naturally because you've provided the elements that it requires for it to do that. It's a detox engine and that's its work. When you exercise, your skin will do the same. When you exercise, you're still removing things. So the bowel should do that on its own because you're providing what it needs. But you may find that there are those who may get serious constipation that now you have to go to your doctor and maybe they can give you something to swallow like a laxative, or maybe they can do an enema to you depending on how serious it was. But if you ate healthy, if you changed your diet at that time, you were constipated, drank enough water, changed your menu to a lot of vegetables. You know, vegetables have a lot of fiber, so you're doing a lot of salads, you're drinking enough water, and then you're exercising with the complex carbohydrates, you'd find that within no time, your bowel movements will become regular, they'll become normal, yes. So it's a natural process that the body should do.
Yes. Well, 21144 is the number for you to text. Remember, this is Uliza Chochote. Feel comfortable to ask everything. We're almost winding the show, and of course, we'll get to hear some last words from her. But meanwhile, I'm sure you've learned a lot, and we are super grateful. And yes, continue sending your SMSs. We'll definitely bring her back to ask many of the questions that you will have sent to us. So tell us your last words as we wind up the show. Apparently, time is not on our side.
Yes, you know, what I always say is that being healthy is your natural state. It's something that you can achieve without even thinking about it. And if you put into place the simple changes, you know, you're building your health every day, the simple changes, not complex, just simple steps that will improve your health life. You find that it's something that happens naturally because your body readily accepts it. So make your health life to be as simple as possible. Don't complicate it.
Wow, that's a nice one, of course. And in case, like you said, it is super, super easy as ABCD. I always thought about that and I'm thinking, this is way too difficult for me, you know, trying to exercise, trying to do this and this and this. But as she speaks, you would realize that it is pretty simple. Looking at her face, you can clearly tell that, yeah, she is living healthy. And it's been great having you on set, and we're hoping that next time you will come back to answer many of the questions that the viewers will definitely have asked.
Yes, I will, and thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And of course, I've been your host, Linda Alela, and until next time, you've been watching Uliza Chochote. Bye-bye.